Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I was drinking tea. I'm not a regular tea drinker or I'm not fascinated by drinking tea, but occasionally I drink. So I was thinking about from where the tea is been introduced as a common drink in India. What is the origin of tea? And all these thoughts are coming in my mind. So I decided why not to do some sort of research. So I checked on Google and found out some interesting stories. And after that, I decided if I'm reading all those stories, why not I should do a podcast and also share my thoughts with everyone so that you can also know more about it. Even if you have any thoughts related to tea, you can wrote it down on the write it down in the comment box. I can read it and I can revert back to you if I found anything interesting. So what I have learned about tea is the tea is originated from China. Everybody know it. But how it is transported to UK, England, from where it became popular, that was an interesting story. So it was in the late centuries when a king from China was in the forest and his servant was boiling the water, and suddenly the few tea leaves fall into that boiling water, and that particular king drank that water and found out the taste was very unique. Being a herbist in nature, he asked his servant to make that drink, and after that the original origin has started. We are not sure how truth this story hold, but this is the only story that we find out here in the backdated things. Later, the drink became very common in China. In Han's dynasty, the tea became very popular, and after that, when Yong Tang dynasty, the tea became a national drink of China. After that, it got imported to United Kingdom, England, and there is a specific tea trade that has been happening. Apart from that, in Japan, the tea has been carried out or transported by the Buddhist monk. They went there and they also carried the tea with them. And the same the story goes on. There are a lot of history which I am not aware of, and I don't wanted to dig into it because I'm not a historian. And in fact, if I read about those stories, then entire podcast will feel very boredom, and that I don't wanted to do as of now. Maybe in some other podcast, and I also will notify you that I'm going to do that, so that if you are not interested in history and the subject, then obviously you can skip that podcast. So today, the thought that came into my mind while I'm drinking the tea was this: what are the unique flavors we can make out of tea? So usually, if I say about my preference, I always, not always, but most of the time, whenever I am drinking tea, just wanted to relax myself. At that time, I used to drink a tea where I boil a water, put a tea bag, and add some sugar or honey, and add a few drops of lemon. Now, these combination make a very different taste and gives us the aroma. I call it a lemon tea or lemon honey tea, and it's a beautiful taste. Or it's a very amazing and refreshing to me. Not everyone like this flavor, but when I am eating with eating parathas and everything, at that time I love to have a tea with a milk in it. At that time I don't want a lemon, but these two combination I really like. Most of the time I prefer only these two type of tea. But I saw people nowadays drinking tea in a various format. I saw the tea has been so much commercialized. Even if you go out, you will find a lot of big brands that are selling tea, and the combination that you get is the ginger, lemon, cold tea, iced tea. So these are the various combination generally you get out. But obviously these are the trending. And apart from that, the iced tea is one of my favorite. I don't know how to make it at home, but that is also very soothing. Apart, if I say more about it, that you will find a difference in various tea stall if you are not making a tea at your home. Even everyone has their different preferences. Some try to uh, just boil the milk and add the tea leaves, and some wanted to add water to create a different taste. And each and every combination and the proportion of the ingredient will give you a variety of taste. So not sure how what kind of combination you prefer. But yeah, the every combination is good. Well, not only tea, the people try to in India it's very common to have a tea with some snacks with it, and people love to enjoy the snacks while drinking tea. In also the tea is also being served in every occasion. For let's suppose if you are in a gathering, then you will find the tea is one of the common drink. Even if you have a headache, you can drink tea. So there are a lot of excuses, I would say, that are available to drink tea, and everyone likes it. If I compare it with the coffee you will find expensive, not easily, though it's very easily available, but not that level of the level by which you can get tea everywhere. Every stall, even in every small stall, you will find the tea easily. The small cup of tea you can buy it by just paying 10 rupees. And let's suppose if you are drinking tea from a fancy restaurant, then obviously you have to pay more amount depending upon the type, flavor, ingredient, or the variety of fancy things that you wanted to get out of the tea store, or the the coffee shop or the tea shop. But from the local tea shop, generally you will get two type of tea. One is in the cup, that is of the plastic or the thermocol, and second one is of that is made from a mud, that is a cooler, and you have to pay a little bit more price for that cooler, and rest everything is same. The tea will remain same no matter are you drink if you are drinking it in a cooler or in a cup. Yeah, but there is a little bit of taste, that muddy flavor that you get in cooler. Rest everything is going to remain same. What else? What is the one of the interesting fact about tea is the people drink it because they wanted to remain awake whenever they are working at late night shift, or they wanted to feel themselves refreshed. So that's how the tea is getting influence in every Indians, or in every Indians. So rest, the plantation is happen in the certain part of India. Earlier it was being imported from China. I have no such a statistic that it is still being imported from China. I think nowadays we are making tea in our India itself, uh, because we have a lot of land and everything, and we know how to cultivate it. I don't think so, but I still check and go back and see that even if we are still importing or we are preparing our own by our own. So that's all about this podcast. This is just a random podcast I have created to check about to check my entire processes, or the what I have learning. Actually, the reason that I am creating this podcast because I wanted to know about my my skills. I wanted to check my strength, how far I can think of, and what how I can make a good words and communicate fluently. That is, I wanted to do by myself. That's the reason I'm creating these podcasts.